Hey everybody, I'm Mike with Riding in the Ozarks, and today Harley Davidson released their second quarter financial update for 2023. I sat through an hour-long call so you didn't have to. 1. Revenue. The saying is cash is king, so let's talk revenue. There was a dip of 4% from the previous year behind a 10% drop in wholesale sales. And of course, that plant shutdown in Q2 was cited as a cause for that drop in wholesale shipments. The good news is year-to-date revenue is up 8% over the previous year due to a strong Q1 2023. 2. Retail sales. I was a little surprised to see that Q2 had a 3% increase worldwide, but year-to-date retail sales are down worldwide and in North America by 7%. I heard from multiple dealers in Q2 that things were kind of slow, but apparently not as slow as 2022 according to these numbers. Don't forget, 2022 also had a plant shutdown in Q2, so it kind of is apples to apples even with the plant shutdown this time. Harley-Davidson did acknowledge that inflation could have an impact on their sales, and they mentioned that they were running some promos and stuff to try to get customers in the doors of the dealerships. Now, originally, Jochen Zeitz was big on cutting out all the discounting, but maybe the lack in sales is kind of changing his perspective. 3. Inventory levels. Dealer inventory levels are up from 2021 and 2022, but they're still being managed closely by Harley-Davidson. They felt the levels of 2020 were too high, and managing inventory closer will allow them to continue to manage the desirability and profitability of the brand. Inventory levels in 2023 were nearly double what they were in 2022, though. So lack of inventory is not the contributing factor for the lack of sales. Now, Harley-Davidson did mention that mix was not exactly ideal, and they kind of cited the plant shutdown again. But I want to remind everybody, that happened in June, the last month of the 3-month quarter. So how much impact could it really have had? Probably most of those bikes were already shipped. What was being shipped in June or would have been shipped in June was probably really going to have more of an impact on July sales. 4. HDFS, Harley-Davidson Financial Services. Here's some good news for Harley-Davidson. With Harley-Davidson Financial Services reporting revenue up 19%. As I understand it, that's because of an increase in interest revenue and investment revenue. This may mean a higher interest rate, though, for those customers who have chosen to finance through HDFS. 5. Livewire. Livewire is a pretty unpopular subject these days. Fuel is now accepting pre-orders at $12,000 MSRP, while Del Mar, which is coming out in Q3 from Livewire, is priced at $15,500. That's a $2,500 difference in pricing still. Livewire sold 33 units in Q2. And most disturbing is a statement from Harley-Davidson saying a $57 million loss year-to-date for Livewire was in line with expectations. In the Q1 update, Harley-Davidson projected unit sales for the Livewire division to be 750 to 2,000 units. They've downgraded that projection to 600 to 1,000 units in Q2. Who could have seen that coming? Personally, I think it was a bad idea for Harley-Davidson to try and lead in electric. It does not fit your core customer or work with your most popular models, which are touring bikes, not urban commuter bikes. And that's really the only place that EV motorcycles work right now for mainstream consumers. The motto should have been, let Honda lead in electric while we continue to focus on our core customers and what works for us. And we will explore electric and other alternative options as they become reliable and affordable. But hey, that's just my opinion. 6. Plant shutdown. In Q2, there was a plant shutdown and limited production for several weeks. This was mentioned in the call a few times as the reason for bad mix in the inventory and affecting sales. There was not any discussion during the call that I caught that confirmed if production was back to full capacity or if they were still running limited production at the York plant. That limited production was supposed to end at the end of June. If anyone's watching this video and works in the production area at the York plant for Harley-Davidson, please leave me a comment. Let me know what the status is today. Maybe when you guys went back to full production levels, if that's something you can share with me without getting in trouble. We don't want anybody fired. 7. Dealership updates. Harley-Davidson did mention in the call that over the next 10 years, they would be doing a drive to update all the existing dealerships. Now, I know, and I've already heard about this update, and it's not going to be cheap from the dealership's perspectives. I'm afraid that some dealerships that are already struggling are not going to be able to afford this in the current economy. I'm afraid that's going to drive more mom and pop shop dealerships out of business, leaving us with only these automotive and big conglomerate groups that own multiple dealerships. It's not something I'm looking forward to. 8. HD membership. Now, this is a new program that was just announced by Harley-Davidson, and it's tied to the HD app and includes a reward system and other perks. It has a free tier and paid for tiers. Here's the problem and what nobody is talking about. Not all the dealers are participating in this program, and some have a good reason why they're not. As I understand it, if a dealer decides to participate in this program, they have to replace their existing internal rewards programs with this new one. The new one only provides rewards on Harley-Davidson products, so no rewards on Vance & Hines exhaust or Legend suspension products that you may have gotten rewards on from your local dealer in the past. Because of this all-or-nothing policy and the limitations it has, some dealers are not opting in. So before you make a purchase at that dealership and expect to get rewards tied to your Harley-Davidson membership plan, you might want to ask if they're a participating dealership before you go giving up 4 or 5% in rewards. Also, if your dealer is participating, you need to find out where your old rewards are and when they expire. Because it's my understanding that once they join this new program, they only have so long before they have to completely shut down their old existing reward system. So you want to make sure you get those spent. Now, if you excuse me, I got to go. I got to go spend $50 before my rewards expire on December 31st at my local dealership. We'll see you all in the next one. Stay safe and keep on riding.